up, YouTube? It's your guy, Larry W. Brooks, a.k.a. Mr. Pure Hustle, a.k.a. Mr. Texas Real Estate King. Look, I'm here in front of you again today. An honor and a pleasure, as usual, to do another book review. You know, I'm excited about that. Again, we started these book reviews. For those of you that are new to the platform, first time subscribing, we started these book reviews with the Prime Real Estate Network in order just so that I could find another way to pour back into people more than what we were already doing by bringing on different entrepreneurs that are doing great things when it comes to the Prime Real Estate Network show. And so I come in front of you here every Saturday, and I actually get an opportunity to tell you more or less about great books that I've either used in my business that have allowed me to grow, or books that you've suggested to me and that I'm like, you know what, I don't know if it's going to be a good fit, but I'll go through the book review if it's a book that I've already consumed. And so I'm happy to be in front of you again today. We'll do a few housekeeping rules. One of those housekeeping rules is for you to make sure that you like, subscribe. If you do find benefit inside of this information or the book review that I do, please feel free to share it with a friend so that they can like, subscribe. And again, it also helps the algorithm of YouTube that you would never understand. So with that being said, today's book review is, let's get it, Good to Great by Jim Collins. Listen, Good to Great, you may have heard of this book. For those of you that haven't, it's an amazing book. It really talks in more detail about taking your business. It's the #1 best-selling book, but it talks about how companies go from being good companies to great companies, or those companies that, you know, were here in the 60s that are gone here in the 2000s. And so it really goes into, Mr. Jim Collins does a great job at talking these businesses through. And so for me, being a business owner, of being an entrepreneur, and being a small business owner over the last 13 years, I really wanted to say, hey, you know what makes a company stick? What makes a company jump from just being an average company, you know, being able to pay their bills, make enough money to pay their bonuses off, to actually going to being a company that's here like Coca-Cola is from year to year, AT&T from year to year, GMC from year to year. And so it's crazy that I mention those places and those companies, because those companies, Jim Collins actually goes through the book and he discusses a little bit about. And so those are things that he talks about, how some of those CEOs and some of the sacrifices, or what makes those companies do those things. And one of the things that really stood out to me is he uses the term a level 5 leadership insight, right? And it really talks about the leader of the companies having just an insight of being at level 5. And a lot of those things that come with being at level 5 is humility, right? Like not knowing that you're the everything when it comes to the company, but really knowing how to pour back into the people that are a part of your team, pour back into your successor, like whomever it is that may one day take over your position, regardless of if you're head sales or you're in a different area of the staffing department. What is it that's going to allow the company to continue to grow and to be strong and prosper? And so he talks about that heavily emphasizing on that leadership of at level 5 and things of that matter. Insight, you know, the thinking about the company first. You know, that's the sign of a great leader. They're thinking about the company first, not about their accolades and the things that's going to make them amazing, and memorable, but the things that's going to make the company memorable. So he talked about that. And believe it or not, there's not a lot of companies that go from good to great. It's just not systematically set up like that. There's not an amazing amount of CEOs that we've came in contact with that are like that. I mean, I think about it now, and I think about the CEOs for like Apple, CEOs for like Microsoft. These are guys that in the future we'll probably look at and be like, they took the company from good to great, and things like that. So I really see a lot of that. And it also just talked about why some companies just fail. Like they go from being good to great, or why is it that they take a larger amount of time with making transitions into a better company in order to make some of those things, to make their company go from good to great. So with that being said, I think that this is an amazing book. I really like the way that he really broke down systematically what some of the sacrifices were that you have to make in order to go from good to great as a company. And our business model at Brooks & Davis Real Estate Firm, we've literally taken some of these things in this book right here, From Good to Great, to turn our company into one of the fastest growing real estate companies in the world. Not only that, being one of the largest independent owned brokerage firms in Texas. So the growth that we've taken have been a lot. We contribute a lot of it through just some of the things that Jim Collins put inside of the book as we've been building over the last few years. So again, with that being said, guys, if you've seen something inside of if you took something from this video that you like, and I will again like, subscribe, tell a friend about it, and continue to tune into these book reviews. I love giving out that information. And if you have a suggestion of a book review that you'd like to see me review, and if it's something inside of my catalog, or maybe a book that you want to recommend that I could take a look at or take a read at, most definitely put that in the comment section, and we'll be back with you soon. So again, like, subscribe, tell a friend about the YouTube channel, and you are appreciated. Your guy, Larry W. Brooks. Enjoy this book review.